Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
And I said we are going to get some Christmas ale on the next episode.
And here we go, man.
Begyle Christmas ale.
Not that I'm a Christmas ale aficionado, but I would say this one flies under the radar as being very, very good.
Yeah, it's malty, strong, robust.
Robust, indeed.
It's not heavily spiced or anything.
Maybe that's it, right? It's not a spice bomb. It's an ale brewed with cinnamon and bay leaves. How about that?
Oh, bay leaves.
I think bay leaves, like a stew, right?
Or like Thai food.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's a decision.
Yeah. But it almost like warms you up like maybe like a porter might. But yeah, it's a little sweeter.
Yeah. So it says European malts, American ale yeast, best enjoyed alongside family and friends.
Nice, here we go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
We might have had this last year or in years past on the show. We don't usually repeat beers, but this one might be one we've repeated now.
Man, I was telling Brad in the pre-show, I had a Great Lakes Christmas Ale on draft, and I kind of wish I had it on bottle because on draft, at the place I was at, I didn't really care for it. So the fact that I can erase that memory from my head with a nice fucking Christmas ale the next day is nice.
Right. I have a friend who he loves Christmas beers, and he picks up every one you can. He stocks up as soon as he starts seeing it. So he usually has a ton at his house. And then when I was picking up some other stuff, I saw your favorite one, the St. Bernardus. It's in cans.
I know. I mean, I know it's better for the environment, and it's probably better for the beer. Oh, something about the dark bottle, man. The dark bottle with the cork and the cage. I was up in and I was at Firkin in Libertyville because I had to go to the day job last week, and that was the first thing I got because they serve it in the goblet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's my guy.
I picked up some cans so we can drink it at some point.
We should totally drink it. Yeah, that's a good beer.
I'm not gonna turn it down, but it's just not as enjoyable.
I mean, I think having it in the bottle is always it's timeless,
Sure.
And to be fair, I haven't had it in the can, but I just know that the feeling the bottle gives me, because the Belgian bottles are always just kind of, noteworthy. They're heavy. They have the little bunt in the bottom of them,
right? Yeah.
And they just,
and the cake and cord and cage thing.
They're embossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice, but the cans were just like a wrap.
See, it feels, it's literally more disposable.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
Yeah, but all right, we're going to sip on this Christmas ale as we talk about a bunch of brew pubs we hit up and the latest Rev release.
Yeah, man.
Where do we want to go first? You want to go Rev? Or our adventures?
I think we could dive Rev.
Okay.
Rev is the next three. I gotta be honest with you, Brad. I think this is the best three of the year.
Man, the last three
they're pretty good. So it was vanilla, blackberry, and straight jacket were the last three, right?
Yes.
Definitely vanilla and definitely blackberry thin, and probably straight jacket. But see, all right. So it's weighted because I think for me, Rye is the best beer I think Rye is the best beer they make.
All right. So you got the Rye in the little 4-pack here.
Yes, and then the new guys, Maple Jacket and Dark Mode.
Okay.
Maple Jacket, as the name implies, is straight jacket with maple.
Aged with maple syrup.
Maple syrup from what is it, Chicago maple, or it's a local crew?
What? There's local maple syrup?
Yeah, fancy maple syrup.
Okay.
And I think they talked on the call, and you know how this is. They're very transparent about all the stuff they do. cheers to them for doing that. Because I had a fucking Three Floyds coffee stout last week, and I have no fucking idea, what was going on with that. It was good though, but maple from Chicago, and then they could have. They're like, yo, it doesn't necessarily smell like the maple syrup Mrs. Butterworth style that you put on your pancakes, and we could have done that, but what we really wanted to do was just kind of integrate the maple and the beer.
Okay.
And if you do that, if you go for like a maple extract, what you're doing is really you're going for aromatics, but on the body, you're really just adding sugar to a beer.
Okay.
And that didn't work for them.
Was it Goose or was it Rev that did a beer that they aged in maple barrels?
I want to say that was I think Maple Deeth was finished in these maple syrup barrels.
Okay. I feel like it's like a blue can, right?
Yeah, Maple Deeth. Okay. Actually, one of the best cans they make, I think, right? Because it's got the Canadian flag and it's got the skull, the skeleton.
But that was Canadian maple. This is Chicago maple.
That's true. But Goose did do special number 4, if you remember that one. Right. So it was two years ago. It was they incorporated maple syrup barrels from Ohio, I believe.
Okay.
And it was special number 4. It was like an oatmeal stout with, cinnamon and maple syrup, and finished in maple syrup barrels.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you want to finish in the barrels, like you're saying, you're not going to get that sweetness from the maple syrup. Because if you're just using the barrel, you're just picking up maybe hints of that.
Yeah, you're picking up hints of it, and then I think what Brett was saying was like, if you really want true maple character in a beer, you really want to put it in at the last minute possible. Right. So a super late addition of maple is what they were going for. So, I was telling Brad in the pre-show, man, when you drink this beer, it kind of feels like, some meads are really nice, the like 4% meads, but they're too thin. And then you get the bigger meads and they're delicious, but they're not carbonated like you want.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this tastes like a really big carbonated, well-balanced.
Like drinking syrup.
Yeah. When you drink those meads, it's like drinking syrup. This one doesn't have the sweet viscosity of the mead, but it has those mead-like qualities to it in a barley wine. It's actually way more interesting than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like it's fragile. I feel like that's something like that'll just turn into. I feel like that one will change really fast based on how they were describing it.
And if you hold on to it, like if you can open it. Interesting. And then dark mode is milk stout aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah. So the last time they did this was
I've done this one before.
Was Mad Cow. What was it?
Eugene?
No, it was something Mad Cow. It was like Very Mad Cow.
Oh, okay.
Very Mad Cow was a milk stout they did a while back when they were in Bombers.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is their first milk stout since then. So they're done naming beers after diseases, and but they were a fan of milk stout. So it's not Death Star. It's a different stout with like 4 different malts. I think it's got golden oats. It's got bitter chocolate malts. It's got caramel malt. And it's got a small amount of smoked maplewood malt.
Dash of Applewood smoked malt.
Yeah.
Dash.
So they were saying like a little bit, they like Rausch beers. And they actually kind of hinted that a Rausch beer is coming up from Deep Woods at some point. Okay. Maybe not this year, but it's coming.
I like that, like a smoked, yeah.
Yeah. But they were like, Rausch beers are very polarizing. And because you could put a little bit of smoked malt and something, and it changes the thing completely.
That ham on rye from Three Floyds,
or Pipeworks, somebody, maybe both. No, pastrami on rye is Pipeworks, ham on rye is Three Floyds. Yeah.
That is a smoky meat filled beer.
It's like a meat product that you drink.
Right. If you're vegetarian, can you have that?
I don't like that feeling. I don't want the feeling of processed meat when I'm drinking beer.
I'm not. I dig it.
So they were like, yo, the last beer they did with smoked malts was Gravedigger Billy, which is like a Scotch ale.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting take on a stout. When you think milk stout, you don't really get excited,
Yeah, but it feels like a holiday beer to me too, like a winter beer.
Yeah. So the can work is really good, and then also the way they blended these malts, all these different malts, it makes it more interesting than just like, left hand milk stout.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Was there? Did you say this? Was there a favorite out of the three?
it's tight. I was with Afro Beer Chick. We poured hers. Kept mine.
Okay.
And just poured them all. I had 3 big cups, and just looking at them side by side, and then going through them, and then going through them again the other direction. I'm just like, shit. These are all really good, man.
Damn, okay.
These are all really good. Like,
We're probably gonna do a video of 1 or 2 of them. So
yeah, I was
what we open up here will be a test.
Often when I'm straight jacket is a good activity beer for me. After work, I just want to be overwhelmed. I get a straight jacket. But oftentimes, man, straight jacket is a little too sweet, a little too thin sometimes.
Okay.
But so I think Rye Way is my favorite beer that they make. I love Rye Way. And I think that's what's causing me to say that this is the strongest of the 3 that have come out this year. So,
Okay.
yeah. So.
Damn. All right. Well, yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I'm more excited to try the maple.
Yeah, that's the one that's definitely the most surprising.
Like dark mode. I know what a milk stout in bourbon barrels is gonna taste like.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, what inspired this whole rye wine thing, because I don't know much about. There's no roadmap for local rye wines. Like maybe 10 years ago, Three Floyds and McKellar had a rye wine. It was a collab. They had a rice wine, and then they followed that with a rye wine.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. And, Goose Clybourne had like a Roggen beer on, which is like a rye ale.
Yeah.
Just a random pub beer, not packaged or nothing. But other than that, there's no reference points locally for these fucking rye beers. So I'm like, how did you end up? They're so good. They're good. But why are you making them?
Why'd you pick rye?
Yeah, I'm curious. Maybe it was a different kind of rye beverage they had that inspired it. I don't know. I didn't get around to asking that.
Okay, nice.
But I'm curious.
Cool. We're recording these on whatever the date, Thursday, the 9th.
Yeah.
These are released on Friday the 10th.
Right.
And then they have their party.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have the different beers and releases. Like you had the Razzle Dazzle a few months ago, and I'm sure they have some special ones coming out this time.
Yeah. Linettes, which I think is like a 5-year-old. It was named after the drummer from Thin Lizzy.
Oh.
And Linettes. And then it's, they got some crazy, wacky variants. And I think something from the Sanctuary for the first time this year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the Sanctuary is where they just put aside barrels they think are their most special barrels. And, yeah.
You gonna go?
Well, I mean, Saturday. I feel good about a Saturday romp there, because Friday is a little much for me, man.
Get off, finish work, and then it gets turned up.
So I like the Saturday romp a little more, but we'll see.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Get over there, pick up some of these beers, pick up some of the other limited releases if you go to the party. Cool. Well, I also went to the Revolution Brew Pub last week.
Speaking of Rev,
I don't really know what sparked it, but the one on Milwaukee.
yeah, the original pub, man.
I was just like, I haven't been there. I definitely haven't been there since the pandemic, and I don't remember the last time I was there before the pandemic.
I couldn't tell you the last time I was there.
So went there for lunch, had a beer, and the menu, like most places going to them now, it is way smaller. Mm-hmm. It's basically, you had the choice of 3 different burgers and a salad. That was what you could get.
Shit is real out here, Brad.
Yeah. Oh, they had a club sandwich. I got a club sandwich. I didn't feel like a burger.
You get the club sandwich, this guy. This guy's with the fucking club sandwich. Okay.
But their burger is pretty tasty.
Oh,
But they changed their burger. It's now a 2-patty burger,
small Chevelle?
all Chevelle kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Which the person I was with, he got it. He said it was good, but he liked the old burger too. He's like, this one's not. It's good, but it's not better or worse than the previous burger.
Just quit fucking with it.
I guess.
Leave the burger alone.
The people fell in love with those stupid flat top. What are they called? Like the griddle top burgers.
Yeah, griddle top double burger. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of joints like that. Smash burgers.
A smash burger, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, all right, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like a smash burger.
Good. And then I forget what beer
Clubs.
I forget what beer I had, but it was something on tap. The tap list was, I
shit.
felt like it was a little limiting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we don't have any napkins up here.
I was gonna try to get it up, man.
So that was a nice little afternoon stop. And then what else? I hit up another brew pub. I went over to Ravinia. Not the suburban
Highland
Ravinia.
Park?
Not the Highland Park.
Diversity.
Yeah.
We've been to Diversity. Right on.
The main place. We kind of went there for brunch, and I regret not getting the breakfast tacos. I got like the regular tacos. They're good, but then I was like, I never had the breakfast tacos. Why didn't I do that?
I don't know, man.
So I messed up there. And then we sat on the swing, which is fun, but incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After like 5 minutes, you're like, okay, I just want to sit at a my
Yeah,
table.
we almost moved, but then so like I will just deal with it. But never again.
Never again?
Will I sit at the swings?
I like a nice swing, man. You know who's got a swing?
But it's hard while you're eating.
That's true. This other place. It's the place that you pour your own beer in Wicker Park, right next to the train tracks, Milwaukee and North,
Oh yeah,
whatever that's called.
it's not the Navigator. That's the other one.
Yeah, they got a swing.
But
It's the first thing I do is get a beer and go sit in the swing.
But is there a table in front of you, or you just sit at the swing?
That's true. It's just a swing. So it's those benches at Ravinia, but no table.
Yeah, I feel like they work without the table. Like if you just want to sit there and have a beer and just like chit chat with someone on basically a porch swing, cool.
Yeah.
It's very hard to eat on a swing, and then it's an awkward height. I don't know,
I can see that.
but the beer was good. Maeve got a Bloody Mary. They have a nice Bloody Mary. Had some tacos. They had a taco special that I missed out on. It was octopus and chorizo. I should have done that. I messed up. I got like,
What the fuck are you doing? What did you order?
I went fish taco, chicken, and pork.
You missed out on all the cool tacos.
I know.
These are the things you got are the things you can make at the house.
One of the things I can get all the time.
I'm saying.
Going
like,
to Ravinia.
Come on.
Why didn't I get the breakfast tacos?
I don't know, man. You got to get the stuff you can only get there, man.
What time was it? It was like 1:30, because it was like that brunch time, because brunch is like till like 3 on the weekends.
Yeah.
I was like, do I feel like eggs still? Is it still in eggs? Or am I in like...
This is definitely the old man podcast right here. This is definitely the old man beer
Am
podcast.
I ready for... Do I want lunch or is it still breakfast time? That was my dilemma. And I decided lunch.
Okay.
So I have to go back and get the breakfast tacos.
Oh, my God.
It was pretty empty. It was like super easy to get into.
Yeah.
With the parking lot. And then, I don't know, it's brunch. You expect like it to be kind of busy? Nah.
Okay. It's good to know, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really into, like, seeing a gang of fucking people.
No.
I just kind of want the whole place to myself.
It wasn't the whole place to yourself. There was people there, but it was like...
But you felt very comfortable, just you and whoever you came with.
Yeah.
You didn't feel overwhelmed.
No.
That's me. That's where I want to be.
So yeah, had
I want to go to there.
Yeah. So it was good. Had their their session pale. And so
Which is clutch, man. With Diversity Station?
Yeah.
Shit is good. One of the better beers I've had all year.
damn.
Diversity Station? Every time I drink it. We drank it there. I get the 4-pack, drink it again. And every time we go, I think I've had it.
We're coming up to the end of the year where
good.
we did like that episode where we did our halfway
Yeah.
favorite beers. We're gonna have to.
Diversity Pale is a solid option. 4.5%. They squoze. I was gonna say they squoze a lot of flavor into it. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Small beer, big flavor, and good fucking beer.
Oh man, Diversity Station might be in the
yeah.
top for 2021.
So, right on, man.
Bold.
Yeah, man. Cheers to that whole crew. Those guys are swell. I like those guys.
Yeah, nice. And then my third brew pub stop of the week was Haymarket.
Man, they were West Loop before West Loop was cool, man.
Went there last night, Wednesday night. Went for some drinks for a meetup. I didn't really look at the menu. Some people got food, but most people were just drinking. I went Speaker Wagon Pills.
There you go.
Their Kolsch and
Matthias?
a Mosaic Pale Ale.
Okay.
That was nice. I didn't see Matthias on.
That's a double IPA for your ass right there.
No, I try to keep it lower at these meetups so you can drink,
Yeah.
a few beers without being like,
Yeah, because even now, like this is 8% beer, 7%, and I'm
Yeah.
feeling really good. So yeah, 2 of these and I'd be like off my ass, ready for like snacks.
Right. So I want like at least 3 beers to equal other people's 2 beers.
No,
So,
for
like,
sure.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah.
So that was a nice stop. Jana was working, so got to see her and hang out there for a bit. Beers are, the beers are solid at Haymarket. They're not anything you're going to always want to pick up, but when you're there, they're all enjoyable.
Yeah, I think Haymarket's not downtown. It's technically West Loop on the other side of the highway. But I mean, it's the best of, if you count it as it's one of the better central Chicago options.
Yeah.
And
they were open till 10:30, which it's tough to find a restaurant beer place open till 10:30 these days. So they kicked us out, and then we went over to Lone Wolf afterwards.
The unofficial Three Floyds pub. Yeah.
And they're open till 2 still.
Oh, nice.
Which is crazy. Like, I don't know who's out till 2 these days.
Everybody that's, all those condos that got built over there.
I almost got an Alpha Claus because Christmas time.
That's OG shit right there.
But then I saw Crankshaft.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going to get a Crankshaft. I didn't bother looking at the price. Dude comes back, he's like $9.
For a local lager.
I'm not going to like argue with these prices.
Right,
Like, not be like, oh, I don't want it then. Because it did. I looked back and the menu said $8. So he was charging me $9. I don't know if he was like skimming money off here or just upcharging.
He's waiting on you to say, waiting on you to correct him.
He's like, oh, I thought it was $8. And so I gave him a 10. So basically I paid $10 for a Crankshaft in an odd looking cup.
It's the kind of cup you would find when you go visit your aunt.
Yeah.
It's the kind of cups that are been in people's families for generations.
Yeah, they're like, they are solid cups.
Yeah.
I don't know why people don't get rid of them. They're ugly as fuck. But they're like sturdy as cups.
It's definitely not a beer cup. It's like a dining set cup from like the late 70s or early 80s or something. You probably
remember someone in your family like drinking milk out of.
Yeah.
Like big fucking glass of milk. It's like, god damn it.
It's a very odd cup. It's some funny shit.
So $10 for a Crankshaft. So I can get a 12 or a 6-pack of Crankshaft for
welcome to West Loop, brother.
For $12, right? Isn't Crankshaft?
Yeah.
Maybe even $9.99.
I mean, we were saying this last week on our live call. It's like, the cost of everything is going up. Everything costs.
But Metro isn't charging them more.
No, they're taking the liberty of saying, hey, you owe us more money because we're in business and we're on the front lines, essentially.
Yeah. So I'm not going to Lone Wolf ever again. Also, it kind of makes me be like, I'm good just getting beer and going to people's houses.
It promotes off-premise drinking.
Yeah.
Crazy ass on-premise prices promotes that.
It's like, okay, sure, they have great cocktails at Lone Wolf.
It is a premium. Getting out the house is a premium nowadays. Yeah. And I think they recognize that and they're all over taking advantage of it.
Right, because if you didn't live over there, you had to take a Lyft or Uber. You took the train maybe.
Yeah.
You paid to go there, so you're there for basically a good time. So you're not really that worried about the price. But
you wanted to get out, and they're like, "Listen, it's gonna cost you now."
Yeah.
Or
I'm good then. I'm gonna stay home.
Brad's like, the crib's comfortable. I'm just gonna get this and go home.
I want to go to the place where I can get food and beer, and then I feel like okay, that's worth it. But I don't think I want to go to just the like cocktail beer bar anymore. If it's gonna be $9 for a Crankshaft.
I only go out when I know my wife wants to argue with me and she won't yell at me in public. So
I feel like paying.
I'm like, give me the $10 Crankshaft.
$9 for some other things isn't as bad because it was probably like $9 for an Alpha Claus. Okay. But Crankshaft, I was a little like, I should have just got an old style for $3. Done it right.
High Life.
High Life was $5.
It's a champagne of beers. It says it right on the bottle. It's the champagne of beer.
So that was my experience for the week. Ended with a crankshaft, an overpriced crankshaft, but the rest were pretty good highlights.
But you had a story to tell.
Yeah.
So.
What about you? You were like right over there at Cruz Blanca.
Fucking
right?
A, man. I saw Brad out, and I'm like, man, I gotta go out. So I ended up
went to the other taco place.
Went to the other taco place, Cruz Blanca. Looking for the. I actually was looking for the Luchador series. Didn't see any of those.
You didn't have them?
I didn't see them. Didn't see them.
I saw them at Benny's.
Yeah? Maybe that was it. Maybe they sold them all at Benny's. But they did not have them. They were pouring 2019 Tarzan Boy.
Okay.
So that's rum barrels with like banana and Mexican coffee and what else? Oh, Mexican sugar and vanilla.
Okay.
So, and they were pouring it in like little 6-ounce cups. But it had the little Mexican wrestler mask on it. That was cool.
On the cup?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
I'm like, man, if I had, give me 2 of these and a bottle of the 2021, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
But no, nothing. I just had to try it on pour.
And you took the cup?
I didn't take the cup because then I had a beer. I'm like, shit, if I had the beer, I'd have took the cup. But I tell you what I had that was good, man. They really going out their way with these corn lagers. So they had something called a red corn lager, and it's like 100% red corn, right? Which, corn wasn't always yellow. Like corn used to be like multicolored, and when it's indigenous, and it was like before it was GMO, before it was like mass produced, heirloom corn was like blue and green and all these different colors. So they have a red corn that they get from a producer in Indiana. So they have a red corn lager on, and then they have a Grazette with corn.
Okay.
So that was my favorite one that night. 4.5%. It comes in the little bottle. The little bomber bottle, little cute one.
Yeah.
16 ounce, 16.9 actually, just like the Goose bottles.
Okay.
It was just called Corn Grazette, which isn't very, they're naming, the way they name stuff is a
Table
little.
beer.
Yeah. It was a table beer. And they use the house Saison yeast.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a Brett, 4.5% corn.
Grazette.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is fantastic stuff.
Multicolored corn. Diverse corn.
It was really good. This was something, man. Because, it had a nice little funk, little sweet, tart thing that Saisons do.
Yeah.
But then as it went on, it got a little richer and sweeter because of the corn. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was just such a bizarre combination, and it was so good. I was like, yo, that's my favorite one.
Okay.
So I had those 3 beers there.
Is corn the next like trendy
Corn
food,
lager?
or like trendy food where people are like, oh no, we only have red corn chips here.
Yeah,
And
we have lagers, but I have to warn you, it's a corn lager.
Or I was saying just like food wise, like we only do red corn fed chickens or something.
We're out of blue corn chickens. We got the red corn chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because I've never heard of red corn.
I've seen red corn, but it's usually like smaller, or like I see it, you see it like decorative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cheers to Cruz Blanca. Just doing some downtown shit. So I ended up at really one of the oldest breweries in Chicago, under the radar, fucking Rock Bottom.
Okay.
So I think if I got this right, Rock Bottom was home of the first Fobab, right?
It wasn't Pete Crawley's garage, or
I thought it was. Well, he was the brewer at
right.
Rock Bottom when Fobab started, and I think the story was, we did this upstairs and people thought it was a joke because it happened to be Friday the 13th.
I feel like that was maybe
April
like
Fool's.
the second one.
Okay,
But
so
I could be wrong.
I'm at Rock Bottom, Grand and State, right downtown. Their patio in the summer is actually very nice.
Right.
Yeah, very nice. The Plunge, the winter Plunge Fest, right?
Oh yeah.
They do a winter, like a polar beer fest. They do that at Rock Bottom. And, Haley Shine, who used to be the brewmaster at Eris, she was from there. We talked about Crowley. It's just kind of this place that no one talks about, but it's sitting right there. And then the early days of beer in Chicago, so they got all these fucking plaques from like the Brewpub Shootout and Fobab. And, they have this very cool kind of multi-level building.
Yeah.
So, I was there and, give me the IPA, give me the barrel-aged stout. They got a barrel-aged stout in Heaven Hill barrels for 35 months.
Shit. Okay. Tastes good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. You know, I didn't have, very high expectations, good, but man, kind of had this like very nice kind of black walnut thing on the nose.
Okay.
And when I drank it, I'm like, hey, nothing about this bothers me. Like, it's just good. Chocolate, barrel, oak.
Nice.
It was good. Booze, it was good.
I haven't been. We used to do meetups there a lot at Rock Bottom, and I haven't been. In a long time either. It's just.
Yeah.
I'm not downtown. You were there. Basically, kitty corner is Crushed by Giants, right?
That's true. It's like a couple blocks up. Yeah, or something. Which way is it? It's east of there. So yeah,
It's like one block.
Like a block east.
Yeah. So I haven't been down there in a long time. Like, you just going to the West Loop for Haymarket, and it was like, oh man, there's a lot of people. Like, not venturing as you stay in your little bubble or pocket area. You're like, oh, there's a lot of people down here. What's everyone doing?
Yeah. First thing I noticed, it's 20 degrees out and the bar is completely full, so I got to sit in a booth. But then I'm like, all these people are for sure from out of town. And, I actually brought this up to the Rev guys when we were picking up samples. I was like, it'd be nice if it was a Haymarket or not Haymarket, if it was a Half Acre or a Rev presence for people who visiting from out of town over there.
Yeah.
And they were just like, Crushed by Giants is a restaurant that sells beer. And, there's the taxes and the property it's a very steep entry fee to do that for some of these other crews. It's just not advantageous for them.
Yeah. Okay.
But so you end up with the Rock Bottoms and the whoever else is over there, Adam Streets and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to check it out. I mean, downtown. So, the guy serving us, they had a Christmas ale on that he was a part of, and he tried to tell us. I'm like, how long has this joint been here?
Rock Bottom?
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's been here since Prohibition. We've been here since the 50s.
What? It says Prohibition since the 50s.
I'm just like, I don't believe any of this.
Two things didn't work out.
Sir, I don't believe any of this. You look up Rock Bottom. Rock Bottom started in 1990 in Denver.
Yeah.
So this location had to be after that.
Right.
So we're going to go early 90s. Still don't know when, but we'll say early 90s for now.
Probably in that, I know someone like Jonathan Surratt talks about like this 90s craft beer boom.
Yeah.
That was the first one, and that's probably when Rock Bottom came in.
Yep.
And they survived or lasted. So.
Yeah. So, but I enjoyed my trip. I thought they gave us they gave us like 4 beers a sample, and everything was solid.
Yeah.
So.
And it was busy, so that's good for them.
I wanted to sit at the bar because you take more pictures at the bar.
Yeah.
More stuff's happening. The backdrops looks better. So I was trying to sit at the bar, but no, it wasn't happening. No. And we're talking like a Tuesday night or some shit.
I don't think similar to the Haymarket, Rock Bottom, they don't have like a logo on their glass, right?
Not on the samplers. On the pint, that was the Rock Bottom.
For Haymarket, they don't have a picture. They don't have any sort of logo on their glass, and
That's true.
You are hurting yourself from like someone like us taking a picture of being here drinking this.
It's harder to get that nice proper still photo without the logo.
Right, because it could just be. I could take a picture of the glass at Lone Wolf and it looks better.
You should have took the one. You should have took the Lone Wolf. It's funny. I kind of like the glass. I don't like $10 crankshaft. I kind of like the glass.
Yeah.
Just because it's some old man hipster bullshit. It's funny.
Nice. Rock Bottom. Yeah. I like it. Cool. What else? Any other stops? I think that was all we posted.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Did a good little run.
Yeah. I got to reference the photos because there's other stuff I wanted to mention. But, up in Evanston, Temperance is doing their Barrel Aged Stout release.
Oh, those like...
Might Meets Right?
Right.
Yeah, Might Meets Right. So there's a High West, La Sorpresa, Praline, and Orange Chocolate. So that's coming up. Big Hugs is tomorrow. You saw that?
I thought it happened today.
Yeah, I thought the previews and shit was today.
Oh, you could get a glass.
Oh, Big So is today?
It was today, I think. I'm very confused. All right. Half Acre is very confusing with what they're doing right now because, one, there's like a benthic every like 5 days.
So Benthic was definitely today. Like,
But there's a new Benthic.
I mean, the opportunity to buy it without buying the whole enchilada. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I just see a picture, and I didn't know it was happening. I don't know why I would want this Benthic over the previous Benthic. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it was one of the 4, so it was extra double.
But what is there, a Benthic every 5 days or every week? There's a Benthic that gets released that if you didn't buy them all and you already had them, every week for a month you have a chance to buy them.
There's no drumbeat to it, but you could buy extra double this week, just a 4-pack without buying the enchilada.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just kind of almost a surprise drop. Like, they didn't really mention anything else.
Okay.
So that was kind of weird. I do agree with that.
Because there was something else last Friday that sold out pretty early.
At Half Acre?
At Half Acre. Was it Benthic or...
like another variant of Benthic?
Yeah, you'd have to look at their like Facebook feed.
They're like, sorry, we're sold out.
It was like, maybe I'll go up there. And then I looked again. They're like, oh, nope, we're sold out. I don't think it was... Maybe it was a Benthic. But yeah, it seems like every week there's a Benthic. And then Big Hugs... I don't understand. There's no variants, right? It's just Big Hugs. Coffee stout.
Yeah, because they're doing a flight, and you could get... The flight is just a vertical. 19, 20, 21 hugs. And bags of coffee for $25. I drink the coffee.
I'm going to say the vertical is going to suck.
It's a coffee stout.
Yeah.
It's not something you typically vertical.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure I still have a can or a bottle of one of the Big Hugs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They did rum coconut solo. You can get a 2-pack of rum coconut Benthic.
Last week.
Yeah. And then this week you can do the extra double Benthic 2-pack. So it looks like they're running them all individually. The 4 variants, they might be just running through them all individually.
But they're all done. They're just sitting there, and they're just doing a rev thing, but literally not telling anybody. It's just like, today, get this.
That's their thing, right? That's kind of their thing.
Yeah, so I just, I have no time to, like, think about going.
Yeah.
And then by the time I think of, like, it's like, oh, we're sold out. It's like, all right, well, cool. I don't know. Good for you. You didn't need me.
Oh, good, bro. Good for you.
Yeah.
I saw Wine Enthusiasts. They talked about the top 50 beers they drank all year.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Wine Enthusiasts, 415,000 Facebook followers.
Okay. So bots. So like mostly Russians and bots.
Solid amount of bots. Solid amount. That's a good amount of bots there.
That's a good amount of bots.
Yeah. So I only brought it up. 33 on this list is the Dovetail Hellas from Dovetail, obviously. And then at number 16 was Jolly Pumpkin's BAM Beer Farmhouse Ale.
They've never drank that before in their life?
These are the best things they drink all year. So, yeah, I saw that.
That beer has been around for like a decade.
It's true. That is a very old style. And, you know, what is it? What is BAM? Oh, it's a farmhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, crews that can do a farmhouse and keep the body light and keep the, you know, the fun nuances of the farmhouse style, kind of like that thing I had at Cruz Blanca.
Yeah.
I mean, those things will never get old, man, because it's beer, but it's not quite a sour. It's somewhere in between like a sour and a wheat ale and a and a Belgian. Yeah, it's like it's somewhere right in the middle. It's so, I mean, they're just fucking good, man. You know. So I saw that. Yeah.
Nice. So there's a couple standouts, you know. A couple other things in the news. District Brew Yards is buying the old Ram
How cool is that?
in Wheeling.
Shout out to Bulldog. They celebrated 5 years.
But we don't know if
last week or so.
with Bulldog, we don't know if District Brew Yards, if the breweries go with the new location.
That's true. It could be a rotating thing. the district Briards crew. I think
I'm sure
it's
Burnt City will be at the
the
Wheat Lane one.
I think Burnt City is the incumbent brewery because their brewer brews all the other beers for everyone that's at Briards. So I'm sure they're the decision-making brewery, for lack of a better term.
But it would probably be in their like best interest to have 4 other breweries at this location.
That's very possible.
Or 3 other ones.
Yeah, because definitely be them.
Yeah.
Oh, and then what do? Do you make it local, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see how that works.
And it sounds like they were moving very fast on it, where they're like, yeah, we'll be open by middle of 2022. Like, all right.
Shit. Yeah, get this money, Brad.
But that Ram has been empty for a long time now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Good for them, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like Brew Yards.
Yeah.
We talk about underrated. There's Begyle Christmas Ale and Brew Yards.
Birds in general.
2 of the most underrated things in the city right now.
Shit.
Yeah, those are both good things.
Okay. And then the last bit of news, we'll end on a downer.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of our thing.
Hailstorm.
We get all sauced up, and then we bring out the things.
Yeah, you going back for another one?
I mean, I'll share one. I don't know if I can take a whole one.
Yeah. We don't have to drink it. You don't have to drink the whole thing.
I will, but I will try one though.
Hailstorm, they're out. We're done with it. Right?
Co-owner and head brewer at Hailstorm was outed on sexual assault charges, unfortunately, in a Facebook group. And
not unfortunately that he was out. He shouldn't have. Unfortunately, he did that.
Yeah, the whole scenario is unfortunate. Yeah. That is what I meant. Not like, oh, you got caught, unfortunately. That's not what I meant. This is why we can't end the show with this shit. But yeah, he was on the board for the Illinois Craft Brewers Guild. And this apparently happened in August at Great Taste of the Midwest at Paradise Club.
Okay.
Paradise Lounge, which is really like, kind of the official after party spot.
Okay.
So, yeah, apparently he assaulted a woman there who was like someone he had been partying with all day. So, that happened in August. Everyone got word of it in December, and now he's out of ownership, out of brewing, and off the board at the guild.
Damn. I feel like that doesn't seem very fast. August to November, who knows? Like maybe.
That's a good
but
amount of
it's
time.
pretty. The whole thing seemed like it moved pretty quick. They're like, all right, this happened, and you're fucking out.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any like. I feel like in a lot of cases, we're like, no, that wasn't me. I like.
I think he kind of, it was the Facebook group kind of outed him, and then he added a comment saying, yeah, that unfortunately this is true.
Oh.
Like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, I did that.
Damn.
So that sucks all the way around. A lot of dudes in beer, a lot of dudes that don't know how to act in beer because there's not a lot of women in beer.
Sure.
And, people get, and then men are gross, That's, I don't know what else to say there.
Yeah, people do weird things. Even guys do weird things to other guys, too.
Yeah.
And, like, even if they're, like, friends. This is, like, weird sometimes.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to act to other people.
It's, when you get fucked up, the real you is on display, and, and now we're in a day and age where, the real you is gonna, everyone's gonna know the real you if you do some shit you ain't got no business doing.
I feel like with the pandemic, you should just live it like that and be like, yo, pandemic, touch or like you stay a decent distance from most people and you're gonna be safe. You're good on both levels. You're not gonna catch the shit and you're not gonna get like they touched me, they did this, or they talked to whatever. So
Yeah.
Just play it pandemic style.
Good for them. Good for them.
Smart way.
The people the woman who got harassed, good for her for speaking
Yeah.
up. And good for people for talking about it because there's a ton of times where this shit happens and don't nobody say shit.
Right. So that's good.
So, yeah, let's see more of that,
Yeah, I don't. Hopefully, the rest of the Hailstorm team. Hopefully, it doesn't like hurt them too much because the beers are hit or miss for us.
We were saying it's they're the short fuse before short fuse.
Yeah, they have those Vlad series, and sometimes they're good, sometimes, but I don't ever have them.
I like the coconut one. Coconut one's my jam. Hailstorm maybe 2017 or so. I want to say Maybach took a silver medal at JBF, and that same year, Prairie Madness, their double IPA, took a silver medal at JBF.
Okay.
And yeah, they were darlings for a second because they were a super new brewery and they were doing some pretty powerful stuff there at the fest.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, so change of direction out at in Tinley Park, and that was the site of Fobab at home. All your Fobab at home, if you paid the $70 or whatever, you get this 12-pack of random anonymous beers. But the pickup location was Hailstorm.
Yeah, maybe that helped make sure all this moved very quickly. That the guild was sort of intertwined with Hailstorm, and the president and is it the second person or not the vice president, but someone else. They're both women.
Chairman of the board.
Yeah, but they're both women that are head of
Chief Yahoo.
I don't know
The big Kahuna.
I don't know what the.
I have no fucking idea.
But I know the president is. She's from not what's the brewery in. She's in a brewery in the Burbs, right? She was giving Fobab awards.
Oh, Katie.
Yeah.
I think she's just guild. I don't know if she's affiliated with a brewery.
Oh,
But dude, she was the MC at Fobab this year.
Yeah.
That's Katie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that helped also make sure, like, you had someone in charge that was a woman. So it's like, we gotta fucking get this done.
Yeah.
He's out.
Women get shit done. Yeah. That's a fact. They multitask very well, and they get shit done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Not much of a bummer. It sucks.
No, it's fine. We cleaned it up nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool. Anything else before we get out of here with our Christmas ale?
I think that's it, man. I think we said it all, man.
Oh. And then we're going to do a video with maybe one or two of these Rev beers.
Right on.
So look for that on YouTube. But yeah, Nick, where can people find you, get in touch when we're not here?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, website, chicagobeerpass.com. Episodes get posted there. And we'll be back next week with another episode. Take care.
Cheers.